Hi, my name is Marie Delanote, Ethereal Crystals Master.
Hello, and I'm Karoline Bruse, and I'm a spiritual mentor and an expert in chakra balancing.
And today we've come together, haven't we, for a podcast. Yes. So every week we will discuss a different chakra, which is an energy, a turning wheel of energy, which affects our lives in so many ways. And of course, depending on which chakra we discuss, you'll find out more about what exactly can slow down the energy, and when the energy slows down, what physical, emotional, mental issues can be created because the energy is not flowing the way it should do.
Right, and today we start, of course, with the root chakra because it's the chakra that grounds us and that helps us to be here on the earth. If we wouldn't have a root chakra or the energy of root chakra, we wouldn't have been on this earth because we need it to survive, to make roots.
It's our absolute connection to earthly life, isn't it? It's the first connection. You can see it as well because that's our mother bond, which is connected there as well. And of course, we all come out of a mother, out of a woman, whether it's our biological mother, fully, if you know what I mean, or not, we come out of a woman's body. So that's our mother bond, that's our connection, our earthly life, the beginning, everything physical, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It supports us with feeling safe, with trusting life, but also like with money, with having the right job, living at the right space. So root chakra is really essential for us. So
So I suppose you can even put it into more compartments. So that root, so we have that base, which is energetically, you can find it where our coccyx is, so right at the bottom of our bottom. But you can put it in separate compartments because to do with the base and the trusting, the confidence, the money, the mother bonds, is also, it's your knee chakras, your foot chakras. So that's all linked to that base, to that feeling safe in life and trusting in life, which of course is a massively tricky one for so many people, because most of us have been here many times, and we only need to look at the history books, not even history books, what humans have done to each other, things that people have gone through. So and I think even that's why there are so many people struggling with depression and anxiety, because they're literally all depressed. They have that energy of not being able to trust, because of war, because of a bad mother bond, because the physical stuff that's been to them throughout history has affected them so much, because of course we are who we are, and that at the course of all the things we've been through since the birth of our soul, because there's only an out, so that vibrates out constantly until we realize what's going on and we can let go.
Yeah, and it's so important what you said, that we all have mothers, and I think only a little percent of the humanity have a mother who really could trust in life. When I look at my mother, she was a daughter of a woman who just survived the war. Yeah, my mother was born 46, so 1 year after the war. And of course, my grandma was not like, you can trust life, everything is fine, you will survive. Because of course, they were full of fears and anger and trauma, lots of trauma. They lived in an area that has really been bombed a lot. So they really were in the war. Like, not only my grandfather, like, fighting, but my grandmother was really at the area where there were a lot of bombs. And of course, my mother couldn't trust in life like our natural energy is. And a lot of our mothers couldn't trust in life, like our natural, sparkling energy of trusting was covered with all this anxiety of our grandmothers and grandmothers. And so it's really important to take care of the root chakra and to be aware of it. Yeah, that's the first step always for me, to be aware, and then
absolutely
things can change.
Yeah, that's step number one, is becoming aware of how you feel, your emotions, and if they are linked to fear and not trusting and not feeling confident, then you can go back, because I think family circles have a wealth of information, because it's not just you. When you come out of the woman, you take all the beliefs and the energy that she had at that moment in time with you in your energy, and it continues until one of the women says, stop, I'm not carrying this on. And it's exactly what you say. We've come, I think our generation has now, because we're all awakening in bigger numbers, and we've done so much work now on really healing those war traumas. I think that's why the current situation in Europe, in the world, is so difficult, and why I actually felt quite angry at first, because like we've done so much trauma solving and healing, and for goodness sake, now they're adding this again. So we need to cut that circle, because that's the only way how we can move forward differently, and that's just on a global conscious level of humanity, isn't it? So to really cut that cord of not being able to trust and that energy.
Definitely, and you also had a great point on that. The traumas we see now in this situation, it's old trauma too, and I think that a lot of us are carrying it still, and so it's so important to to always clear, or to try. It's, for me, it's always like, you don't have to, and it's not like you must do that, and then your chakra will be great. So it has nothing to do with pressure. But really to always try to connect with the chakra, to connect to Mother Earth. And so here now we are at the point how we are doing it. So really go out to the nature, thinking about roots in your, putting roots into the earth, all the stuff. And it's so important to be aware and to do it every day. And it doesn't have to be like hours of meditation. We can do it in such some seconds or some minutes or whatever.
Well, it's basically like when every day while we wash ourselves. Why? Well, because you get dirty and you've had your day, so you wash it off. So it's kind of the same with your energy. If you don't clean it out, well, it's going to get dirtier and dirtier and crusty and mucky, and it's going to affect you physically, because of course when energetically, because of things it added and added and added, and you got the crusty dusty dirt which you haven't washed off, eventually, because the physical result is kind of the last step it's nearly in manifestation. So it's also for these things not just about manifesting what you desire, it automatically manifests in the physical if you don't clean up the energy. And as examples of because this might give people insight in knowing whether their base chakra, their knees, their feet need healing, need cleansing, and we'll say in a minute more about how more we can do, how we can do that, is if you have issues with your guts, with your legs, anywhere in your legs, your knees, your feet, your lower back, anything below the waist of physical issues is a sign that you have a blocked base chakra, which is caused by, indeed, birth trauma can be as well, because get anything physical, the mother bonds, taken over trauma from parents, all that kind of stuff, physical violence. So it's a real puzzle, isn't it? So start with the awareness. How am I feeling? Am I trusting life? How's my financial situation? Do I need to sort things out there? And then go and look deeper. How was my family? What circle am I in here? Have I got physical effects that are showing me what I need to work on? And then, of course, the next step is do something about it. But, if you're already aware and it's sinking in, you're on the right path. It's, again, we're not telling you what to do. But this really helps if you want to move forward and do something. Then what we're going to discuss really, really does help.
Yeah. And it's also, I think it's also the teeth, because they also have roots. So the analogy of, it's root chakra and teeth. So if you have a lot of problems with your teeth, you can also check your root chakra. And for me, it's important for me, and I think for you too, that I don't say, okay, clean your root chakra and all your issues, all your illnesses will be gone. So it's always good to go to a doctor and to take medicine and whatever. So it's really important. Also,
it's a combination, isn't it?
It's a combination. For me, it's a combination. Yeah, it's a combination.
It's really powerful.
And if you have something really urgent, then don't try to do it. Oh yeah, I do some chakra healing. No, sorry, that takes too long. so it's good to have both. Yeah, to stay healthy and to really connect to your self-healing energies. It's really good to be aware of your chakras and to clean your chakras regularly.
Regularly.
Thank you. Difficult word. And on the other hand, it's really important to go to doctors and ask them for their opinion, of course.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry, I'll let you speak first.
No, it's fine.
Isn't it really about the magical cooperation between medical and spiritual healing? I do believe as well that in many situations, and one day, everyone, it will all just happen. It's all in the mind. Everything. It's your physical issues started in your mind, so that's where you can solve them. But of course, until we all on a certain level, we sometimes need some of the medical help as well. So depending on where you stand, but the beauty, and I really want to share this example as the power of the mind and how, we can heal things is, and the confidence and the trust in life is when my daughter was born at 24 weeks pregnancy. Of course, she had enormous trauma. She was born at 24 weeks. She had the big birth trauma.
Yeah.
The reason why she came that early is because it was trauma through me. And, you never, ever feel guilty about saying that, because that's how we learn as well. And that's part of the growth and awareness and letting it go, because you need to be aware before you can let go. So I knew it was partly through me, the traumas I had taken from my grandmother in the war, her mother dying when she was a child, many of these things, and it continues in the lines, and then other things. And I had come up to a point where it was too much. That was then linked to another chakra, which we'll discuss in another podcast, was the emotions. And that was what made her come very early. She was in my womb. It's the center of emotions. That's why she came early. But to go back to her, the birth trauma, and all the physical prodding, because she just had no choice. This tiny little body, the needles, they had to do stuff against her will. She couldn't say anything, and her tiny little body was constantly being prodded and poked. But the real power of the mind, the healing, sending Reiki, healing with psychic surgery, with the energy of crystals, on her feet, on her base chakra, her knees. She's a completely healthy, fabulous, nearly 10-year-old. So the power of the mind, because through her, then I had to heal that trauma. So that way we cut the cord and it changes for her is so important. If that makes sense, because I know I've just went off and, and I hope the line of what I was trying to explain makes sense.
No, it's both. It's both. It's your mind work, your energy healings, and of course the medicine, because without the medicine she wouldn't have survived for 1 second.
No, she needed intubation, that's something, but then I worked further on her lungs energetically, so it was a real combination.
And for me, I work a lot. I don't work a lot with illnesses. I work a lot with life issues. And so for me, it's the same with life issues. So that if you have like this, I don't know, wherever you move, you feel after half a year, you feel like, I don't belong here, I'm wrong here, or whatever, or there are workers outside, it's always loud, or whatever. So look what could be healed in your root chakra, where you're not connected to your home inside yourself. Where do you feel safe inside yourself? Why don't you trust that life will bring you the opportunities you need? All the stuff. And this is also really, of course, a mindset thing, but also for me, with this colors of chakras, with crystals, with music, you can do a lot of in this energy, high energy level. So it's really important to be aware, to think, to have your mindset clear, and a lot of things work like magically. If you do it in a pure energetical way, like I see the sound, I don't know the word behind you.
Oh yeah, I can only think of the Dutch word right now.
It doesn't matter. The people see it and they know what it is.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
it's vibration, isn't it? It's vibration.
Yeah.
So you have the lower sounds in as well, which is because, of course, the base chakra is the slowest vibration. As we go up in the body and the energy changes, it goes a lot higher and finer. But that will be discussed throughout the other sessions. But yeah, that base one is real earth sounds, isn't it? And I think, like you mentioned, Karoline, is that being in nature, really reconnecting with this planet. I also believe that this planet, because we're talking about the base, is she also vibrates and she really remembers everything that's ever happened on her. I think that's why throughout your life you go to certain places as an opportunity to heal what has happened there in the past. I've been in places where I was like, what on earth am I doing here? Or I really didn't like it, but I was kind of there. But then you have to be conscious, okay, why am I here? What can I let go of? It's an opportunity that you get to heal whatever has happened on that land, maybe 1,000 years ago or 50 years ago, depending on how old you are. But I think that's, in my case, why I've moved around a lot, because it was always other things I had to solve. To be honest, I feel like I'm finally settled, so maybe I'm done with that, which I really hope, because it's not always easy to deal with. So really listen to the land and connect with the land and see what it tells you, and go walk as well.
Walking. And really, what I really like is to go barefoot outside, to really feel the earth and the soil you're standing on. That's really, really for me. If I'm full of stress and whatever, anxiety or whatever, I go out with barefoot and put my feet on the ground and really let go. Because what most of us forget, it's Mother Earth, and the mother can also, she's happy if she can take something of us, if she can be there for us. So of course we can take something for her, like the trusting and feeling safe, being aware of the beauty of the earth. But we also, all our sorrows and all our anxiety and our stress, we can give to the earth. She's like, hey, I'm your mother, I hold you. This is really, really important to realize that you don't have to be ashamed to give it to her.
It's a real trust. It's really back to the real mother, that trusting, the confidence. If you had a bad relationship with your mother, or a difficult one, then of course that will affect you and how you trust life as well. I love what you said about the giving the sorrows and everything to Mother Earth, because she transmutes it. That reminded me of a beautiful exercise you can do, but maybe I'll do that at the end for anyone who wants to do it with us. Is you have roots coming out your feet, but through your left foot is where the nurturing energies from Mother Earth come into your body, and all the waste goes out through your right leg, and then she takes it through the roots and you give it to Mother Earth and she transmutes it. Because we need to be able to let go of these waste energies, because if we don't, it festers. And when something festers, well, we get sick. So that's a great exercise to do.
That sounds wonderful. I think we can do it at the end.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Root chakra. I want to add that there are birthrights. So every chakra has its own birthright, and the birthright of the root chakra is I have the right to be here. And I think it's really powerful because a lot of us are struggling. Am I right here on earth? Am I right on this place? Am I right in my job? What am I doing here? I don't know. I'm not worth it. Whatever. All the doubting and all the things that go around in our head. But if you really deeply connect to this, I have the right to be here, then you are never wrong. Even if some shit thing happen, and even there are of course situations that are not good, but then you have the possibility to change it. But it's not like, oh no, I'm not right, nobody wants me, universe don't want me, whatever. It's law of attraction that you're here. Yeah, if you believe in law of attraction, the world wouldn't have attracted you if you wouldn't have been here, if it's not important for you to be here and for the world to be here. And for me, it's a really powerful birthright. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's really good. Yeah. That's very, very powerful. Yeah, just thinking out loud if there's anything else we can share about this beautiful, powerful base chakra. So we definitely have.
I think you can do a full day workshop out of it.
Yes.
This is a podcast. So maybe we can now shortly say what you can do to strengthen your chakra. It's, of course, we already said it, going out into the nature. In my world, I really work a lot with the color. So the color of the root chakra is red. So imagine red, surround yourself with red, eat red things. With the intention, always with the intention, not like, with the intention, okay, I eat this red tomato now to strengthen my root chakra. Something like this. This is really powerful too. Sound.
Yeah, absolutely, because everything is vibration, isn't it? It's everything vibrates, the chakras vibrate. So if you want to influence it positively, use sound and vibration specifically on a certain hertz, on a certain level, which is specifically for that base chakra, for the connection with Mother Earth. I think they've even done these recordings of that Mother Earth gives sounds off as well. So I'm sure you can find those online, and it's incredibly powerful. Like I said, it's deeper, it's fuller, it's all really about that lower vibration. So healing with sound is absolutely powerful. What we can also, of course, visualization. I'm big on visualization. I use visualization for all the healing work that I do. Of course, the roots, we can really work on that. And that good roots need healthy earth, a bit of water, take the stones out, a bit of fertilizer. But it's like you said before, life is in your intention. It's all in the intention. So if you have that intent of really looking after those roots and they're all happy and comfortable and you see it in your mind, then you're already halfway there. Yeah. And if it doesn't go so well, or you have bad days, or it's normal. We're human. I think it's a big misconception that people think, oh, I'm working on this and healing and I have to feel good. Well, no, you don't. No, we all have moments where we struggle, and it's important then we accept that and we go within and wonder, okay, what can I do to make me feel better? What's going on? Or just ride it out and you come back at the other end. We're humans with emotions. And of course, we can also work, that's what I always work with, and I will use them in the little meditation we'll do in a minute, is working with the vibrations of the ethereal crystals. I think, I'm really excited to get the knowledge about that out into the world, because I think as we're entering the Aquarius times, we're being reminded to fully go back to that everything's energy. So what I work with is I work by intention to ask for the energy of the crystal, and I place it. And of course, when you use that technique, or you work with that dimension of the ethereal crystals and you place the energy, you can place the energy anywhere you like, because physical crystals still have the limitation of life, of there's boundaries. It's got a boundary. You can't put it inside your heart, that wouldn't be such a good idea. Or you can't, but when you work with energy, when you work with the energy of things, so do not do that. When you work with the energy of things, you can place it deep within the heart, and it has such unique for you vibration that it will affect the vibration that needs healing within your heart, or within your base, or wherever in your body. Let's stick to our base chakra, because that's what we're talking about today. So if you have the slow vibration on your base because you had crusty, dusty layers of old, and it's kind of going like this, if you then place the powerful energy, by example of the jasper, in the red jasper, in that energy point, and that vibrates perfect for you, whatever it is you need, because that's the thing, you get those crystals, that energy out specifically for you, for that person you're working on. And it will affect, when you're surrounded with people and they're really negative, you come home and you'll feel exhausted. It affects you. But it's also then the opposite. You work with those powerful, high energetic, beautiful energies, it will affect the negative as well.
Definitely. Yeah. And I would like to add that of course, if you realize it, that you enter a room and your mood is going down, like, oh, what's in here, that you also, of course, you're always allowed to leave the room. So don't think I have to stay here. If you don't feel good there, then go out of the room. You can do it. You're totally allowed. Or come to yourself, back to yourself energetically, and say clear, okay, these are not my energies, and I don't know, I have to stay here, I want to stay here, I want to bring my energies in this room. So you are always able to change. You don't have to put all the bad energies on you and then go out and, oh yeah, it was so bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to change it.
That's really powerful.
By leaving the room, or by changing your energy, or by allowing not allowing the energies to come in deeply into yourself. Yeah.
That's a really powerful one to hear. You have the right to be and do whatever is best for you. I think for current situation, what's going on with people close to me, with family, it really rings a bell, that one. You have the right to decide, am I staying around that negative energy or am I moving away? You always have the right to make that decision.
Definitely. Yeah. Even it's your, I don't know, your grandma, your best friend, your whatever, if you really feel like, I can't stay here, then leave or decide. Okay.
Because that's the thing, if you take that action, then of course, then action we're in a different energy point, but of course they're all really closely related. They all feed off each other. Then the universe will help you, because you are making a decision. I want positive vibration, I want change, I want it different. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. And you get more of what you want. But if you stay and you're not changing and you let it, then they'll say, okay, well, she likes it because she's still there, or he's still there, So it's very, very important. You have the right to be here and to make decisions about what kind of energy you want in there.
Yeah. So, little meditation.
Yes. It's absolutely. Let me take a moment, because we've been chatting with me. And people who are listening or watching this, if you would like to, you can take a deep breath in and breathe out, and let everything of your day go. And you can do that again. Breathe in. And let everything go as you breathe out. And if you want to, and when you're ready, you can go with your attention to your feet. Really feel the ground underneath your feet. And just have a look. You might see it in your mind's eye. You might just know it. You might feel it. In however way, it's absolutely perfect. Have a look what you're standing on. Are you standing on a block of wood, on concrete, or just in sloppy, wet mud? Or maybe it's beautiful earth. And when you're ready, you can just, with your mind, and you can ask the support of Mother Earth to take that block of wood, that concrete, the water, all away. You might even float in the air for a moment, but that's okay. And I now, for you, in both your feet, I place the energy of the onyx, which is a shining black crystal. And when I snap my fingers, first left and right, it activates. And now feel how you have deep, beautiful roots shooting out of your feet. And you feel pulled down until your feet touch gorgeous earth, lush earth. You might even want to add some if you need some more, but it feels really nice. Beautiful earth underneath your feet. Add a bit of water if needed, add some fertilizer, and gorgeous deep roots. Now feel how beautiful, trusting Mother energy comes in your body through your left roots. Suck it up through the roots into your body. And as that beautiful light, Mother trusting energy comes in, all the waste energies from your body go out through your right side, your right leg, your right roots into Mother Earth, who's ready to take it from you and transmute. See how that flows beautifully in the gorgeous trusting energy, out the festering old waste energy. You might even say thank you for the lessons and let it flow away. I now place by intention in your feet the energy of the jasper, and as I click my fingers, the energy activates first left, then right. Anchor and growth, the seed that grows. I am who I am. When you're ready, you can go with your attention to your base energy. That's where your coccyx is. And see red turning light. And see it turning faster and faster. And I place for you by intention a beautiful crystal energy called a chrysocolla. And as I snap my fingers, it's activated in your base. Worry not. Softer it always becomes. See how it turns beautiful red, and it might even open up a pipe into Mother Earth. Another way of connecting with this planet, strongly connected with the mother energy, the trusting in life, the enjoyment of earthly life, because you have the right to be. And when you're ready, you can wriggle your toes, take a deep breath in and come back in your body. And as you breathe out, you can open your eyes and be back in the room, in the here and now.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. That was beautiful.
You're welcome. You can listen to it. People can listen or watch it again and again, because, whenever needed, because it's a real beauty. You know what? There'd been a time where I didn't trust and where I didn't feel at home. Yeah. And it's just so nice when you come to a place where I have the right to be, and life is absolutely beautiful.
Definitely. Oh, wonderful. Great words for the end of this podcast. Our first one.
As always, an absolute joy talking to you. It was wonderful.
Great. Okay. So, our next episode will be next week with the second chakra.
Yes.
The right to the heel. Yes. Yeah. So join us and have fun.
See you next
life.
And see you next time. My name's Marie Delanote, Ethereal Crystals Master, and
Karoline Bruse. Thank you.
Thank you so
Marie,
much.
it was great to be with you.
Thank you. And you. Thank you.
Bye.